All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk about the Bitcoin mining stocks. I'm going to take a look at them 4 different ways. I think there's some absolutely shocking results inside of here. Also, I think there's some opportunities. So I want to go through this piece by piece. It's just 4 charts. I'll try and get through it as fast as I can. So 2 of the top 4 biggest miners by market cap, and we're going to look at that chart later, absolutely went ballistic on Friday. So I want to go through those 2 first. Cypher went up 22.5% just on Friday alone. And that would seem like an unbelievable day, except for the fact that BitDeer was up almost 51% on the day. A very green day. There were a few things that were red. I don't want to talk so much about Friday. Let's take a look at what happened last week. This is the chart of what happened last week to the Bitcoin mining stocks. I will tell you guys, I added a stock to my list, and that is BitDeer. So BitDeer just went public a couple of months ago. They just put out their first ever monthly operational report this week. BitDeer was up 126%, which is staggering. So I know a lot of people feel like the Bitcoin miners have been very boring and sideways lately, but you're going to see in some of these charts, this activity is incredible. You don't see activity like this very rarely throughout the stock market. You had GREE up 70%. So that was a huge move up for GREE, which is greenage. But you will see when we look at year to date, this is one of the worst performing Bitcoin mining stocks. So even with this gigantic 70% move up this week, it's still one of the worst performing Bitcoin mining stocks on the year. Then you had Cypher, which is one of the large market caps that was going into this week. That was the 3rd largest market cap. It was up 33%. So that's a big move to the upside. So I just want to put all this in perspective. If you look at Bitcoin this week, you're going to see on the week, Bitcoin was down 0.1%. It was $35 change. So this is about as flat as you can possibly be. So yes, Bitcoin has been going sideways, and you can see there's some ups and downs in there. But the Bitcoin miners, on a week where Bitcoin ultimately, through a long journey of up and downs, ended up almost exactly where it started. The Bitcoin miners had massive moves this week, right? Some of these were in the red this week. So Iris Energy was actually down a little bit. Any Stronghold, Mawson, and Argo blockchain were all down. They were in the red on the week. So this is what happened this one week. I want to take a look at what's happened year to date, because to me this is even more interesting. There have been monumental moves. I think the Bitcoin miners as an industry have been the best performing stocks in the entire stock market this year. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin mining stocks performance year to date. So this is from January 1st, 2023 until Friday, June 16th, 2023. You're going to see, I'm going to start at the top of the list. BitDigital's up 460%. Cypher, which again is one of the largest by market cap, that's up 445% year to date. Core Scientific is up 406%. Now that's in chapter 11, so that's a bit more of a mystery to me right now. But if you've been investing in it this year, you've done unbelievably well. DigiHost drops down to 311%. We're not even halfway through this year yet. So just to take a look, Bitcoin's up 59% on the year. So Bitcoin's been having a good year. Now we do know for the last 2+ months, Bitcoin has been very, very sideways inside of a range. So that's why a lot of people have been getting discouraged and bored. But you can see, just because Bitcoin is sideways doesn't mean the action in the Bitcoin miners is boring. This is massive, massive activity. So we looked at week to date. Now we're looking at year to date. Both of these charts have some major stuff going on. So some of these Bitcoin miners, I would say, are underperforming versus Bitcoin, and then some of them are just performing extremely poorly. CleanSpark to me is up 90% versus 59% for Bitcoin. That is underperformance, right? These are leveraged plays, and CleanSpark has been one of the fastest growing companies out of all the Bitcoin miners this year. So to me, CleanSpark's underperforming. You've got Mawson at 78%. You've got DMG Blockchain, which is a nano cap stock, at 62% versus Bitcoin's 59%. You've got Greenage, and remember, GREE was up 70% this week. But remember, I told you that still leaves it in a bad place. That 70% boost in just 1 week this week gets it all the way back up to 0. Argo Blockchain is actually in the red this week, down 5%. And Stronghold is actually the worst performing Bitcoin mining stock out of all of the ones that I track, it's down 17% year to date when Bitcoin is up 59%. So for me personally, again, this is not financial advice. I'm taking a very close look at Stronghold because I think they're a much better company today than they were on January 1st, and yet they're dramatically underperforming Bitcoin. So that's why I look at so many different charts, and I know I reiterate this as often as I can. Taking a look at this, 20 different ways or 30 different ways, each chart brings out a potential opportunity and some potential red flags. So these are all things that I hope you guys look for in these charts, and hopefully they're of some use to you. Okay, now I want to take a look at Bitcoin miner by market cap. So this is their market cap as of the close of Friday, June 16th. Number 3, BitDeer. I put them in a different color because this is the first week I've ever included them on this list. Again, they just went public 2 months ago. Up until this week, Riot and Marathon have been more than double the third place Bitcoin miner by market cap. These two have been the giants, but BitDeer all of a sudden has put themselves into this conversation. So I will tell you, in their first week on the list, I'm already going to say, to me, this is a red flag. I'm a little bit worried about where BitDeer has run to. This 50% move on Friday makes no sense to me at all. That's a one-day 50% move when they were already one of the largest by market cap. So let me know in the comments if you want me to do a deep dive on BitDeer. They're not a pure play Bitcoin miner, but they do have 4+ exahash of self-mining, and they mined 283 Bitcoin in the month of May. So they are a Bitcoin miner, but I do think this valuation is a real mystery to me. So potentially, I may look at this as a short or buying some puts on this because this price to me is way out of line. So let me know if you have a different opinion in the comments section. If you like BitDeer or if you bought into BitDeer this week or if you're considering buying BitDeer, let me know in the comments and give me a different perspective. Okay, so from the top of the list, you're going to see Riot Blockchain is number 1. They were number 1 last week. Down in parentheses, you'll see last week's position. So number 1 and 2 remain the same, Riot and Marathon. That's been the case almost all year. Cleanspark moved all the way from 4th place to 6th place. So this was the biggest mover on the whole list, moving down 2 spots. So for me, again, I think this is an indicator. I take this as a potential opportunity here. So as a lot of you probably know, Cleanspark is one of my biggest positions. So I added to Cleanspark this week, not financial advice. Everybody has a different risk tolerance and a different time frame that they're investing on. So please be very careful with these. But for me, when I look at this list, Cleanspark to move down a few places, I think there's an opportunity here in Cleanspark. TeraWulf is now number 7 at $310 million. So you can see these numbers are very small compared to Riot and Marathon. Even by the time you get to Cleanspark, Marathon is 4 times the size of Cleanspark by market cap. And then there's a big drop off from there, down to $310 million for TeraWulf. Bitfarms is now in 8th place at $286 million. This is one of my larger positions. I believe this also represents a big opportunity. BitDigital is now number 9 at $277 million. So almost in an exact tie. Hive Blockchain's at $276 million. So really, these are tied. I did put 11th place on here, which is Iris Energy. They were in the top 10, but adding BitDeer to the list has knocked them out of the top 10. Okay, so take this chart a little bit with a grain of salt because this chart measures where the Bitcoin miners closed on Friday versus their highs from November of 2021. So some of these companies didn't even trade in November of 2021. So in those instances, I just used when they came on the market. So you're going to see every single one of these is down dramatically, but some of them significantly more than others. So Bitcoin itself peaked in November of 2021, so it is down 62% off of its high from November of 2021. But you're going to see every single Bitcoin miner has performed worse than that. The very best Bitcoin miner was Cypher, and it's down almost 70%. BitDigital is in 2nd place, down 76%. So I will tell you, for me, again, I think this is a little bit of a red flag right here. BitDigital, to me, does not seem like the 2nd best performing Bitcoin miner over the course of the last 20 months. So a lot of these are down between 80 and 90%. That's where the majority of these Bitcoin miners sit off of their all-time highs. Now, beware, many of these may never get back to their all-time high. So there's no guarantee here at all that these numbers are going to get back to where they were. But I do believe some of these, I believe the highest quality of these are going to get back to their previous all-time highs and go beyond their previous all-time highs. So, this is where picking the right stocks and doing your due diligence pays off over time, but these are long-term investments for me personally. So when I look at a chart like this, this is not to look at a day trade or a swing trade. This is from the perspective of a long-term investment. I do want to show you there's still 7 of these stocks that are down 95% or more. This is in stock price, remember, not market cap, but most of these market caps are down, over 90% as well. So you've got Argo Blockchain down 95%, Any down 96%, TeraWulf's down 97% off of its highs. And again, these may never get back to their highs. The last two I'll look at is Stronghold is down 99%. And Greenidge, which was up 70% this week, that still leaves them down 99% since their highs of November 2021. So for those of you who think that there's an opportunity in any of these 7 stocks, I'm very skeptical of most of these. I think 1 or 2 of these may represent big opportunities, but please be very, very careful investing in these. You can see these have performed unbelievably poorly over the last year and a half. So that's it. That's everything that's going on with the Bitcoin miners over the last week, over the last year, and then compared to their all-time highs. So hopefully some of these charts will be of some use to you guys. If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, smash the like button, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.